All right. Hello. Today I'm going to teach you how to do Judy's magic cast on. It's a very magical cast on, perfect for toe-up socks, and it's what I use for all of my toe-up socks. So what you're going to need are needles, either circular or double pointed, and yarn. So hold your needles, tips together, stacked one on top of another. And then take your yarn and make sure you've got your tail side towards you and the side that's still attached to the ball away from you, and just lay it over the top needle. And then you're going to hold your yarn kind of like you would for a long tail cast on. Because what you're going to be doing is pivoting the yarn, pivoting your hands so you can feed the yarn around the needle from the outside to the inside. So the yarn that goes over your thumb goes up and over the top needle to the inside, and the yarn that's over your pointer finger goes up and over the bottom needle toward the inside. Just pivot your hand, feed it in until you have enough stitches. And remember that you started with your yarn looped over the top needle, so you're going to finish after having done one on the bottom needle. So now you've got all your stitches casted on and you're ready to knit your first row. So in order to knit that first row, you want to turn your needles. So the needle that had been on the top is now on the bottom, and the needle that had been on the bottom is now on the top. You're going to firmly grasp the yarn that's still attached to that ball over there. And then you're going to pull your bottom needle out because that's what you're going to be using to knit. And this first stitch is not completely wrapped around. You're just going to kind of knit into the air kind of and create a stitch right there. And that's A-okay. And so just normal knitting, knit across that first row or the first half of the first row until you get to the end of the needle. Just like that. And then what you're going to do is pull your other needle through. So you've got all your stitches sitting on there again, and you're going to turn the whole thing once more. So the needle that was on the bottom is on the top, and the needle that was on the top is on the bottom. Again, make sure you grab the proper yarn and pull your bottom needle out so you can start using it to knit. The first stitch you just knit like normal, oopsies, just like that. But then all the subsequent stitches are going to be twisted because they were twisted when you first wrapped your yarn around your needles. So you're going to have to go just for this row into the back loop. So just go ahead and do that. And you can tighten up your stitches and pull your needle back to where it was. Oops. And there you are. Look at that. It just looks like, can't even tell where the cast on happened. Just seamless. It's like the opposite of the Kitchener stitch. So to keep going, when you're working on most patterns, when you're working on a sock pattern or a hat pattern that employs Judy's Magic Cast On, you're going to start doing increases, but I'm not going to muddy the waters by doing that right now. So every time you get to the end of the row, you turn your whole piece over. So the needle that had been on the bottom is on the top, and the needle that had been on the top is on the bottom. And then you're going to use your bottom needle to knit. And you're just going to knit the row until you get to the end. Just like that. And then when you get to the end, you turn your whole thing over, and you can either resituate your needles first or later. You pull your needle through, pull the top one so the stitches are sitting on the needle, on the bottom one so the stitches are sitting on the cord, and knit it. When you're using double pointed needles, it's a little more awkward, particularly that first row, because the double points don't have the flexibility that a circular needle cord does. So I like to make sure to employ all of my double pointed needles when I do that. I knit the first half of the first row with one double pointed needle, the second half with another, on the second major half, use two double points as well for that. And it's really pokey and awkward, but once you get some of the stitches on the needles, it becomes a lot more easy. So that's what you do. You just kind of keep going until you have all the stitches you need or the height you need. And it's a really perfect way to start a toe. So, as always, if you have any questions, find me online, shannonsquire.com, or send me an email, shannonsq@gmail.com. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.